So, let me know in the comments if this is working. The YouTube is kind of giving me a little bit of trouble at the moment. I don't know. I don't know why. It's just being bothersome. So, uh, I guess comment if it's working, and I'm gonna start, getting people in from Discord. So yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I am very happy to be doing it again. I thought it would work well. Wonderful. Okay, good. All right. So I am going to be doing. I'm working from the call in. Do not, I put do not flood because I don't want a million people to come in. Um, I know Anton Lundberg was initial. All right, Solar. Well, hello, Solar. Are you there? I cannot hear you. Oh. 1 second. 1 second.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you. Great.
Oh, great.
How are you doing?
Pretty fine. And well, actually, thanks to you, I properly started to read Plato's dialogues and getting into philosophy and stuff because I've been interested in this shit like for a few years and tried to get into postmodernism, psychoanalysis, but this shit just overwhelmed me, and I couldn't find a way out. And I think I found a very good place with good people who can help me out and actually give good advice on how to start philosophy, politics, and economics. Just this basic shit. I'm really grateful for that.
Great. Yeah, I remember you were saying that you had started reading Plato.
Yeah, I was asking you about like any advice on how to start a new game. I'm grateful. Hello, everyone.
So yeah, did you have anything you wanted to talk about beyond that?
Not really. Not like right now. I don't come up with some questions. Like, there is a lot of stuff which I have to figure out by myself, and then to actually formulate the questions properly and ask them. So there are things to do by myself and then ask.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm glad that the channel's been a help. Um,
Yeah, it's been great. Like people here are really friendly. I thought that like this philosophers community are some elitists and there's a stuff, but your guys chill and very friendly. And actually, well, I've discussed some like really random things with people on the server, and like everyone is very supportive, and I really appreciate it. This is
Great.
such a nice community.
Who's the meme guy? The meme analyst guy.
That's me.
Oh, you
Yep.
porn is a meme.
Yes, I would agree. I think it is a self-replicating force.
Simulacrum?
Yeah, I was watching your videos. You, you have some nice videos.
Thank you.
Got this. Why is Snazla the creator of this Discord? I thought it was like the channel's Discord server, or it is like uh, how it's happened. Just
Yeah,
wondering.
I don't really use Discord. I don't really know how to work it well, so I mostly just do the YouTube work. But I know Anton
Ah,
Lundberg was here early on, so I wondered if you had any questions, Anton.
Hello?
How do you do?
yeah. Hello, we can hear you.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I was wondering, I've been thinking about horse girls a lot. About why horses and why girls. Why do those things go together? And how did the activity of horse riding go from being associated with cowboys and so on to being conceived as a very great question?
Yeah, that's a great question. That was actually something that Freud talked about quite a bit. That was very important because, as one might imagine, that was a rather popular activity in Victorian times. You know, he found that essentially horses functioned phallically, that they were deeply um, genital, because girls could be attracted to this kind of powerful muscular entity without it being directly sexual. So they kind of function as that literally, they say horsepower in a car. I think that tells a lot. Also, one thing for everybody who is in the Discord at the moment, thank you for keeping it muted. Yeah, it will be best to go one at a time. The way that we used to do it, one person would ask a question, and then we would do that. So yeah, we'll keep it that way. Kind of what Anton did, like a question. So was that satisfying, Anton? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't seem to fit neatly with the idea of cowboys, though. How did it go from being, or maybe it did, but the horse was considered the phallus of the rider instead of the. Yeah, but I guess that still would work.
Well, it's interesting
Yeah, I
because
don't know.
when you think about a cowboy, cowboys have guns or cowboys have lassos. Cowboys always have something else. Like they are using the horse. They are not. The aim is not the horse. For the horse girl, the horse is the end in itself. Cowboys use horses as a means to an end.
I suppose that's true.
That's just my take.
Just small
Yeah. It
clarification
doesn't.
question: for how long this call-in will last? Like half an hour, or for how long?
I'm probably going to do an hour, but I'm going to try to get in as many questions as I can.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yep. So, yeah, anybody who's not, using it or who I've answered.
What's your favorite meme?
I like isopod memes, but I would just appreciate, everybody. I don't know. Yeah, it's been crazy because the channel has been booming. So there's so many people.
My profile picture meme.
I did a video on Lego Yoda.
Doesn't seem very serious. I'm sorry to stir shit up, but it doesn't seem.
What's your take on cursed images?
What's that?
Your take on cursed images?
Oh, I like cursed images. I think that they tend to signify the uncanny. It's something I've talked about a bit in my video on the smoking rat.
See, is it kind of some type of counterculture? Like everyone's used to seeing kind of predictable content, and here comes this guy posting. I don't know.
I don't know if it's necessarily counterculture so much as it's kind of a necessary expression of what goes unexpressed in memes. I think we have a necessary we have a need for the uncanny, and so cursed images often function that way. Also, not to be I'm not trying, I'm going to start kicking people from this individual call. You can come back on at a certain point, but I can't have everybody in the chat at the moment. So if I've answered your question, I'm just going to put you out, or you can leave. I'm not trying to be rude. I just need because some people have feedback and stuff. Thank you for kind of helping me out. Not sure how well I'll be able to control it. So, yes, we will move on to the next point. Whomever wants to go. Or, you know what, Youngian Dreamcracker, come on. we'll talk a bit. You know, I need to find a much better method for.
All right.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
So I have a question about, all this stuff going on right now in the United States, all the riots. There seems to be a big prevalence of conspiracy theory. And, I think people should be a little bit skeptical of just the base narrative going around. What's your take on it? And how do we avoid getting into conspiracy theory, aren't helpful, productive, or what's something we should be looking at and questioning?
Um. So to avoid conspiracies and when to tell. Okay, I think it has to do with who to blame. I think that it's healthy to be doubtful of events, but I think it's not healthy to blame certain people. So I think that it's a good idea to take every event occurring and everything said about an event that is occurring and be doubtful of that, but do not take an explanation of said doubt. Also, I think that for now, like it's chaotic in the Discord call. So, if you would all appreciate, I think I'm going to be doing call by call. If you want to follow me, or what's it called, or add me on Discord. I will then call you individually. But this is far too chaotic. I apologize. I did not. This has never happened before when we've done live. We've never done a live show like this. So
You should a waiting room.
yeah, I have no idea how to do that.
Like
So,
you just have everyone in the AFK call or something, and then like you can like drag us into the call. I've seen it on like 2Mad videos.
Goddess, I made the channel like go up to the administrative tab and there's a live with meme analysis one you can drag people into.
wait, all right. Where is it? I'm gonna have to fucking delete this. I'm like
Up
being a
on the
fool.
top, it says live with meme analysis. I made it like 2-3 months.
The lounge? Oh, administrate. I don't know. I have no idea. This sucks. I'm sorry, everybody. Join up, Josh. Go into the. Sorry, everybody. So, yeah, we're taking it.
You could just do the AFK, awaiting for call.
All right.
Nice.
So we'll do. I mean, I'll try to do one at a time. That's what I wanted to do here, but let's see. See, as soon as I go in, everybody else. So, you know what? For now, I think I'm going to answer questions that are on YouTube. So if you want to talk, we'll go on YouTube for now. Yes, chaos is reigning. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going to delete this video, but for now, we can all talk. We'll have fun. So just, put your question in the Discord chat in general for now. I will figure out how to do this in the future, though. If anybody has any ideas about how to do a stream, I will do a stream. That is a good idea, Celestial Cow. I don't know how to choose people, though. Like, I could... Let's see. Is my mic low, comparatively? You should set up Streamlabs. I've never used Streamlabs. I don't even know what Streamlabs is. Warhammer. I have some Warhammer stuff, actually. Warhammer, I think, oh, you know what? I will talk about this. So I think that world building satisfies a lot of people. I think that, just like memes offer a way for people to invest mass libido into humorous things, world building, like humor is temporary, but world building, I think, allows you to invest yourself into a fictional world, into a rather religious dogma. All of the lore around Warhammer or Star Wars, it allows you to find satisfaction upon something. It allows you to find satisfaction in what you are learning about. Marxist capitalist. I used to play D&D occasionally. I'm not really a fan of role-playing or games in general. I do think that it's really helpful, though. I think that they are going to be very helpful, especially when they can adopt a Jungian self-consciousness, because I do think that D&D is directly, a message from conspiracies. Wait, oh, fuck. See, I'm slipping. This is so chaotic. I have never seen again, the channel has boomed. The last call-in show I did, I think, was in March, maybe in April, and that was back when we had like less than 8,000 subscribers. We now have like 26,000. So I have absolutely no idea how to deal with it all in general. Are wholesome memes false consciousness? They're even worse. They are, I think, actively manipulating people toward a wrapped. It's not just moving people away from the real issues. It's moving people toward real issues in a false manner. It's like tripping somebody on the way up the steps. So people that otherwise might understand, I need to take care of myself, rather than advancing who they are, practicing any legitimate, what one might call self-care, they make bubble baths and drink, I don't know, junky food and light candles. I don't play video games. Going with the flow is good. See, I wish I could talk about Hong Kong, but YouTube would probably shut me down. For obvious reasons. Popularity of anime. I think the popularity of anime is much like what's it called? Like Warhammer and D&D. It provides people with a way of investing themselves libidinally into a fiction. It allows them to ignore the depth of reality and to rather give themselves over to fantasy. Yes, I posted Remedios Varo. I love Varo. I would say that I'm into art deeply. You can see, the comics that I've been posting lately. They are my girlfriend's, but we do a lot of work together as well. We put out comics together. Surrealism is super important to me. I have the great book Exquisite Corpse, which is about how surrealism led to led to certain murders. So I would highly suggest it. I am from New Jersey. Guess my astrological sign, Celestial Cow. I'm very curious. Yes, Wrong Dimension is both psychology and philosophy. Are there intuitive archetypes? Mercury, I would say, is the intuitive archetype. Is autism beneficial for our evolution? Absolutely not. It is antithetical to the body. How old am I? I am 20. Do you think that anime has... Yes, absolutely, Skivir. Anime does have a serious relationship to the anima. Animation is derived from anima, to imbue with a soul. Anima means soul in Latin. So when we watch animation, we are witnessing animated, you know, we're giving images souls, which is profound. And oftentimes we give our own soul over to this other world, just like fairies. Do you ever write fiction outside of comics? I have written fiction before. I mostly write poetry, though. I mostly write poetry. Is coping always bad? Absolutely not. Reality is a cope with chaos. What is the dedicated amount of wham? Oh, not enough wham. My friend, everything is a cope deep down. What do you think of normies? That's a great question. I find that, unfortunately, a lot of people who otherwise would have been normal, who would have otherwise had relatively easy, blissfully ignorant lives through the internet, they are getting an induced sense of intuition. It is a completely false sense of doom. They are adopting these ideas. They are adopting an intuition that is purely digitized. Just like I talk about the digitized anima, there's a great deal of synthetic unconsciousness. My poetry is not rhyming. I don't play video games. Let's see, though. My friend, everything is cope. Do you think normies are raising a rise in reactionaries? Yes, Gerald Freiburn, there is the Overton window is shifting. There are far more commies and fascists in general. No, I'm not a doomer. Doomerism is foolish. What books would you recommend for getting into philosophy? Great question. I would highly, highly suggest Nietzsche's Birth of Tragedy. I think art is the best way to get into philosophy. I do have Aquarius about me, and I would say that my channel is heavily Aquarian, Celestial Cow, but my sun sign is Sagittarius. What do you hyperphagy? I do not play video games. So many deep questions in this chat. What do I listen? That's a great question. What do I listen to? I listen to a lot of old music. I'm kind of a boomer. I like 60s music, alternative music, the riots, the looting, and the protests. I am honest. Oh, Eastern philosophy. Read the Tao Te Ching and begin practicing with the I Ching. I've been doing that every day. All right. Protests. Let's talk about the protests. I am so unbelievably happy. I am so happy that they happened. I was really getting worried that people were going to stay inside for good, that people were just accepting this complete end to bodily movement. I'd much rather see people acting out. I'd much rather see people lively and violent than repressed and remaining inside. So to me, it's a pretty good thing. I don't think astrology is rubbish, no. Yeah, Hendrix is good. Glad aims his arrows at truth. I've heard that intuition is sort of secret. Yes, absolutely, Luke Dyer. Well, it's a great question. The supernatural is the means with which the unconscious can be understood. Everything that has formerly been understood as supernatural is unconscious. We are unconscious of the true aspects of nature. I think this is the brilliant insight from Crowley, which is that magic is subject to laws and subject to scientific inquiry. We can understand the supernatural perfectly, and hopefully will eventually. I do not watch anime. I've not seen Berserk. I don't watch porn. The government is a monopoly. Yeah, exactly. I agree. We need to. I agree, Jordan Smith. I think we need artistic militias. Yeah, I have a bit of allergies at the moment, Nicholas. So yes, my nose is not doing too well. Weight loss is going. I've been exercising quite a bit, doing well. Yeah, I like Terence McKenna. I like his thoughts on the I Ching and time. Deleuze. I've been thinking about doing more Deleuzian work as I do more work with Nick Land. I think that that's going to be very helpful. Yeah, I love 70s. I'm especially into Genesis. I'm a big fan of Genesis. My own unconscious desire. There's nothing unconscious about my desire for destruction, chaos, and violence. I don't think the apocalypse is ever going to come. I find that video games are unhelpful and essentially remove libido from your own life. I do things every day. I go outside quite a bit. I ride my bike. I build things. What is TG? Is that traditional gaming? Tabletop gaming? Is Nick Land the Messiah? I think he's like probably one of the greatest prophets of our aeon. Why do some people, for example, in the military, thrive on violence? Already he has a taste for mindless bloodshed. Pink Floyd, the Radiohead of boomers. Anyway, that's interesting. I think you can quote about his good ideas without thinking too much about it. Well, I don't know, Blankless. I think that his personality is the major element. As McLuhan says, the medium is the message. Crowley is engaging in this kind of wild behavior, his libertine nature, so that he can espouse a philosophy that wants to move beyond good and evil. We can't have good, gentle, kind, humble Christians forever. Majoring in architecture. You know, I love architecture. If you want to get into architecture, I would say that Jung and the ideas on the archetypal numbers, the archetypal geometrical forms, would be very beneficial. Yes, all video games function by taking your libido and directing it in another direction. I've actually been thinking, I will say here, I'll some good news. I am thinking about working on a video game. So I've been looking for people who have some experience developing VR. So we will see. We will see. Do you think political situation in the U.S. will escalate? No, I don't think there's going to be a civil war. I think people are going to calm back down pretty soon. Yeah, I think that feminism is a lot of coping with the nightmare of meaninglessness. People that find meaning in their gender, meaning in their race, meaning in their economic status, are all denying the reality of their individuality. Do philosophy yourself, learn everything. I agree. I am an autodidact. Do you get over it? Yeah. How do you get over an anima projection? What a great question. AIK. I would read Hamlet. I would read Hamlet closely. It's so easy to get trapped up with one anima. And Jung describes the necessity for a faithless eros. You need an anima that is not loyal at all to be able to move on easily. Naturally, if you are faithful or loyal, you're going to have a very difficult time after being rejected because your anima is still inhabiting her. You need to project it. Yeah, I agree. This is better. I'm sorry that the Discord chat, man, I have absolutely no idea how to do it. Yeah, I think VR porn is going to be very destructive. I've not read Bachelard beyond his book on 9/11, which I think is pretty great. Do you believe in a soul? Of course I believe in a soul. I just don't think that the soul is what one thinks the soul is. I think that Nietzsche is correct, and that the soul is something that we perceived. It is the unconscious, the repressed instincts, and more than that, though, the collective unconscious and such. I mean, I can't go... I could, if we want to talk about the soul, it would take quite a while. So I'm just kind of giving you my little buzzword answer, but of course the soul is an issue that occupies my mind. Can you point out Crowley's influence? Yeah, I've actually, Jordan, I've been thinking about doing a kind of music-based series where I analyze music and show kind of the philosophy that's involved in it. I can't point it out in Zeppelin because I'm not really much of a Zeppelin person, but you want to know where you can find a lot of Crowley is in David Bowie. Philosophy book recommendation: read The Birth of Tragedy. The Birth of Tragedy is banging. It is beautiful. I love it. But yes, the VR game that I'd like to do, Oopsie Daisy, is as a means of redirecting energy that people kind of waste on most games and putting it toward very useful, brilliant ideas. So I'm not going to tell you too much about the game, but it is the answer to meaningless gaming. That's great, Eustache Clary. I've been learning French just a bit. How do I make money? The channel, I do acting and modeling, believe it or not, the ugly fat bastard that I am. Do you think that there's a problem with young people communicating more? Yeah, absolutely. Man, I know lots of people who speak solely through extraordinarily important discourse and expression. They're going, nearly everything is going unexpressed that must be said. It's a denial of life in a really wretched way. Oh my goodness, the website is hopping around. I'm gonna open this up. 1 second, fellas. It's coming. Yeah, this has been chaotic. Even the channel's growth has been chaotic. Like, it's very, very strange to witness it happen, man. I don't know. Also, we have more people being mean to me now. It's not like I'm not used to that. Or I guess I'm not. People aren't usually very mean to me. So it's been very bizarre to see this, like, just constant influx of rude people, strange people that formerly we had never had. The channel used to be pretty darn calm. It was interesting. Interesting to see it all change. So, alright, let's see. I'm going to answer the rest of the questions. I'm back on a place I wanted to be. Only one who's sick of people saying and doing things they don't believe in. Well, if we act as we think, we need to return to the whole. We have to get ourselves. There's the most important ones, and I'm actually going to be putting out a video on them soon. What do you do for harm reduction if your desire for violence has been made conscious? You should go shooting. You should target shoot, do archery, wrestle, etc. Thanks for answering. Would like a video on that. So one has to break up with his anima to develop. Absolutely. You have to maintain a relationship with the anima, but learn to direct it as it comes. The lolcow, that's a really fascinating idea. I love the idea of the lolcow. I think it's very telling because I don't think that lolcows are just victims. I think that it is a parasite. There's a parasitical relationship, and all the people who are obsessed with the lolcow, laughing at them, they are already deeply sick. And I think that the truth is that they see themselves, people that have been affected by the internet, altered, made sick. They see themselves reflected in these lolcows. I think it's very depressing. It's a very, very bizarre situation. You can buy your soul summoned from so many people making money from your soul. Thoughts on Reddit? I don't like Reddit. I used it to form the channel, though. I get some information from there. I don't play guitar, but I've been in bands before. Yes, I believe in the aeons. Should the world be cleansed of the weak? No. I don't think that they should be cleansed. I think that there's obviously a place for the strong and the weak. I just don't believe in equality. What kind of people do you predict? Oh my god. The next generation, I think, will be occupied by vast amounts of schizophrenics who were raised with an iPhone in hand and have no sense of continuity of reality. Everything will be constantly shifting. Any favorite films? I love the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Shock Treatment. I like Yankee Doodle Dandy. I like The Public Enemy. I like Apocalypse Now. Those are some of the big ones. Those are frequent ones that I watched. Lately, I've been into the movie Excalibur. How to move that anima stagnate from that anima. Find things you enjoy doing. Make art. The anima wants to move, wants to dance. Just be careful that she is not isolating and cocooning you into an illusion. You can alter that by creating illusions of your own. Haven't read Pierce. Thoughts on programming? Have never programmed, not good at computers. Bowie. Yeah, I agree. I adore Bowie, and I love his magic. Aurelius, I'm not a fan of Stoicism. Realistic AI, we are going to be destroyed. I think that a utopian society can only be inhabited. I agree. A utopia would be immediately destroyed. I find that for the Black Lives Matter versus the All Lives Matter, I like the meme, like, you know, once somebody is killed, it's like get this person an ambulance, and it's like, oh, don't all bodies matter? I do think that there are some very obvious problems. There are some very obvious problems, especially in America. Yes, of course, all lives do matter, but it's fucking clearly propaganda to avoid dealing with racial issues. That's my view. Is the stream down? Oh no. Maybe they took me down. Maybe they're angry with me. Okay. Thought Jordan Peterson is okay. Not a big fan. Believe in a transcendent way. I can't say yet. I can't say. We got all these messages that just happened. I didn't even see. I love Dark Side of the Moon. It's actually on my record player right now. I don't browse 4chan every day. Tad cringe, but you're cool, honestly. Thank you very much. Haters are gonna hate. How does it... Let me... Oh, man. Alright. You should play Special Ops. I actually watched a bit of that, because I heard that it was based on the Heart of Darkness. I feel absolutely no contempt for the normie. I prefer normies sometimes. I have a lot more fun with people who are not kind of obsessed with the internet. I like I like a lot of people who make music and make art, so they are not usually too fixated on the internet. Those are the people I like to have fun with. I don't share your views on Curly, but I expect... Thank you, Blankless. That's a good... if you are insulting me, it's a very funny way. I like it, and I appreciate it. I like the idea, oh, you're still a learning soul if you don't agree with me. Am I a Freemason? I was raised by Freemasons. I've read extensively on them, but I'm not paying the dues. That would be stupid. Epic. What do you think about reading books in the Philippines? Super duper, I see the necessity of following a philosophical tradition, but I think just as well, artists don't need to learn art from every single period to be a good artist. I think it's better to focus on something that can actually be effective. If you can pick up a philosophy and begin practicing it, get very good at it, that's the best thing. 2 questions that I hope you can get to. How do mimetic viruses take root in the unconscious? And how do they influence the libidinal economy and relate to archetypes? It's a great question. So you know how when you get a bruise, blood has been... your blood vessels have been fractured, or I guess burst. So there's blood underneath the skin. Or if you rub your skin extensively a certain way, like with guitar, you'll eventually form calluses. That is the way that mimetic viruses are able to re-divert your libido. Your libido should be flowing freely, but you get soul calluses, sexual calluses, that prevent complete sensation and complete contact with reality. The archetypes kind of offer forms of libidinal expression, certain gestures, certain, bodily states. So mimetic viruses act as possessive archetypes, but they're usually harmful and meant to reproduce rather than to direct the individual towards something. That's my take. I think that a utopian society... Yes, I agree. Utopias are Never going to happen. We would destroy it if we got it. I do only know what I know. Death Grips is the surreal meme of modern music. Yeah, I agree. I like Death Grips quite a bit. I like their work with Bjork. Gerald Gardner to Peter Carroll. You know, that's a good question. Well, Crowley. In my magical paradigm, the aesthetics of tradition are more important than they are to Carroll. I mean, I like chaos magic, but I am not a fan of this kind of loss of all symbolism. I think it's ridiculous. It's necessary for greater magical effectiveness. We need, we need to have archetypal images. We need Latin, Greek, to invoke that deep collective unconsciousness. If you only have pretending to understand is worse than willful. I think they're quite fun. 4chan is important. Damn, your parents didn't give you attention. I didn't even have parents. I was born in the test tube. I don't think a utopian society is possible. I agree, Bird Scout. You've asked several times, and I've given you the same response, that we would destroy it were it ever to be created. Do you believe? Oh, maybe... Actually, maybe I'm getting the same comments again. I don't know. Man, it's so weird to have so many people. Yet again, this has never happened before. I don't think we're in a simulation. I think that the world follows patterns. What about cuckolds? I talked about them in the video on simps. They are people who possess the desired object, and because of their willingness to get rid of it, which I think is likely due to pornography, that is their means and understanding of the desiring relationship, is a viewer and a viewed, and they're despised, though, because of that. That's a good way to look at it. We are living a parody. Just recently found your channel. The utopia can be found within the great work that you do. Well, I think we need to create our own individual utopia. I wish there was a mod, Salmon of Doubt. That would be wonderful. My girlfriend offered to do it, but she's drawing right now. I guess I'll take a second to... 4chan is the shadow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just got him out. It's okay, Bird Scout. I like the question. Yet again, it's so weird to have such a big channel now. Not that it's even that big, but it is big. It's crazy. Ari, your thoughts on aesthetics? I totally agree. Thanks for answering. Well-created art contains a massive organ. The aesthetics of ritual raise the energy by merging aesthetics. Good. Yes. Well put, Charlie A. You should write. That's a pretty innocent spam. It is, but we cannot have Paper Mario altogether. Oh, good. Thank you, Wrong Dimension. Hoping you're not. Not that I care, one way or another. Thoughts on industrial society and its future? Doom. I think that hopefully we'll return to some, romantic, semi-industrious, like in Dune, after the Butlerian Jihad, and we get rid of all advanced technology, but we still have some to do stuff. Hopefully that'll be good. My critique of Stoicism really just has its roots with Nietzsche. I think that simulation theory is JNS 77. I cannot stand atheism at all. We have such a need for belief. I find atheism's belief in scientism and all of these things that where people are desperate to believe in facts, and there just aren't many. Anprim. I don't want Anprim. I want romantic semi-industry, where technology is used only for greater artistry. I think that we should have machines utilized for human pleasure and human development. Like, Egyptians were using simple technology to build pyramids and such. No, I've not had my IQ tested. It's probably 0. How much can you deadlift? You know, man, fuck. It's been a bit since I deadlifted. Fuck. If my friends were here who spot me, they would say, man, it's been terrible with the lockdown. You know, I can't go to the gym, and I don't have a home gym or anything. People love cringe because they themselves are cringe. They are looking at a mirror of the soul. Charlie, that's fantastic. Please do. See, I can tell that you write. Paper. Wow, bait. See, Sunday, you are good. Thank you. I'm still gonna prevent you from Paper Marioing, but I'm happy for your devotion. Myers-Briggs, I don't think is bullshit, Rickers. I think that I think it's actually quite important. Everything is bullshit. Is the stream dead? Did it die? Am I the only one who can't load the stream? Ah, darn. Oh, man. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know why it's why it is. Are you familiar with any self-illusions? I'm not like super read in Zen Buddhism or anything. I mean, I like the Tibetan Book of the Dead. The stream keeps lagging. Just found out about this channel the other day. Well, thank you, Jeff Clays. I'm very happy that you're enjoying it. Theocracy. I think theocracy is pretty good. I think that we need religion to have an effective culture, without a doubt. Thoughts on MBTI and cognitive functions? I think that Jung establishes a very fascinating and very useful set of criteria. I think that the way that we use them is buffoonish. I think it's absolutely foolish and a detriment. I do agree, Nicholas. I think that Black Lives Matter is used religiously by white liberals, but then isn't everything? Compilation, those are all quite amusing. I enjoy them. Is there reality? I think that there is something that's like reality, but I don't know how often we get to see it. Sorry, Liberal Destroyer. I don't know why it would be lagging, but it will come back. I think I'm going to finish it in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes I'll be done. But thank you all for coming. Thank you all for dealing with the absolute chaos in the beginning. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Maybe someday I'll learn how to use the internet. Do I read the Daily Stormer? No, absolutely not. I'm not a Nazi. I'm not super conservative at all. Alan Watts, Alan Watts is pretty good. I think he's pretty much on par with Peterson, though. How do you feel about old paintings being used? I think that it's quite unfortunate. I think that people are removing art from its necessary context. So, like, a lot of medieval art memes are totally misunderstood. People meme with alchemy images. They have absolutely no idea what that art means. I think it's really, really unfortunate. An old man, 2 old ladies, and their pseudo-obnoxious interpretation of abstract temporal being backed by popularity. Again, we are there, and there's another fuck, I forget her name, but there's a fake and like kind of a digital e-girl, like an influencer that some company made, like Little Mickey or something. I think that, and the gorillas are fake too. I think it's really interesting. I like the idea of there being these fake beings that people devote attention to. I think it's scary, but I think it's a very interesting idea. Gaming as a religion. Gaming as a religion, and gamers are the practitioners. Yes, I agree. But it's a religion that is heading toward self-destruction. Existentialism is fun. I like Camus, I like Sartre. Thoughts on Pepe? Pepe has become so much. Unfortunately, I think the birth rates are pretty low at the moment. I think they'll boom, though. I think they're going to get bigger. Is that Dr. K the guy who's about gamers? He's the gamer guy? Thank you, Chris. I'll have Terra Magic. Charlie A, send it to thegoddisc@gmail.com. That is disc with a K. Well-being is our new god. Yeah, I agree. I think people need to talk to people. Do memes get taken too far? I don't think memes can get taken too far. I think astrology is really useful, Persephone. I think it's really fascinating. Did we land on the moon? I don't think we landed on the moon. I don't think that the moon is something that could be landed upon. I think that the moon exists purely as a psychic body. Pascal's wager. I think it's probably a good idea to believe in God in general. Yeah, not the Christian God, but a God. Any recommendations to make time regular routine for reading? It's a great question, Milfo Finn. I'm going to be making a video about how to read soon. Not Project Melody. There is another person. How often do I do these streams? Maybe like once a month. I could do more. I haven't studied NLP. My friend despises it. Meta ethics. Well, like Nietzsche. I don't know. Ethics are generally shaky. I like an ethics of effectiveness. What does bruh mean? It is an expression of, a bruh moment. It is not necessarily cringe, nor is it based. Bruh. I'm looking forward to reading Nietzsche's books, but I'm not really that fond of books. Can you suggest me a book that you... Birth of Tragedy, Peridot, was, like, astounding to me. Because it's very artistic. It's poetic. All of Nietzsche's writing is poetic in a beautiful way. I haven't read Legati, Luke, but I've been thinking about it. My favorite anime. Of the anime that I have watched, I like Kino's Journey. I like Kino's Journey, and I like Ghibli films quite a bit. I think Ghibli films are very good in a way that most anime series are not. I actually think Harry Potter is very useful. I've often said, like, if you give me a fan of Harry Potter, I can teach them real magic. I think it's very silly, though. I do think that, like, oh, I'm this house, I'm that house. Haven't watched Hypermodernity podcast, Mike, because I'm not. There's a lot of French literature that I've yet to read. I've read Capitalism and Schizophrenia. I've read some of Lacan's seminars, but I'm not like very versed in Bachelard and so on. I like French poetry, though. I like older French literature. People say I write word salad, and I was wondering whether it's really true. If so, how do I not write like word salad? Vague. Orwell has a really good essay about how to not make your speech too fluffy. And Hemingway, of course, has that method. Yes, the Earth is flat. The Earth is psychically flat. People who want the Earth to be round are buying into a Platonic psyop. Yes, Lil Michaela. See, I knew it was Lil Mickey. Mars is red because it is blood. I've not read The Opposites Within by June Singer, McMinotaur, but I love the Minotaurs. I'm not gonna lie, he do be cat though. Cute. Jack Parsons. What was Jack Parsons JPL doing? Do rockets leave Earth? I was kidding, Shin. I believe that the moon is physically real. You are wrong. Men can be thoughts as well. Why is SpongeBob so memeable? It's a question I think can be answered with Ween. I think Stephen Hillenberg's being a fan of Ween, his interest in the counterculture, is what gave us such a fascinating, valuable sense of humor. I have a reading list, Manasseh Sapon. I have a reading list on the channel, actually. How similar do you think political ideologies are directly religious? So if we could get rid of politics, return to religion, and have regular crusades, I think we'd be better off. Yeah, Ghibli's the best. I haven't watched Berserk. How does one get into magic? Read book 4, read Liber Null. Those are the best magical books. GG33 is weird to me. I'm like not really a fan of him. I think it's the one dude. His typing in all caps strikes me as a very, I don't know, schizophrenic thing. Not to be mean. Yeah, I would like to read Legati. I would definitely like to read Legati. I saw him actually at the Lovecraft bookstore in Rhode Island. Will we overcome the racial division? With religion, Stephen. I think that racial division is secondary to religious meaning. Man, Joe, Kant was a hunchback. He was a fish person. Nietzsche is like, a mountain climber and a veteran, or not a veteran. He was a medic in the war, but he could like kill Kant with his bare hands. What do you think, Occam's razor? Fuck. I might be thinking, is Occam's what to attribute to Mao? What's it called? Fire Walk with Me. I think Fire Walk with Me and season 3 are the best, and the book, The Secret History. Yeah, Harry Potter was being anti-Semitic. What doth life? I'm a big fan of big fan of Xavier, Renegade Angel, and PFFR. I got to talk to them. Thank you, Luke. I will check out hypermodernity. What is intuition? Intuition is the ability of the unconscious to perceive beyond the senses. The prequels are so popular, I think, because it is a justification and absolving of the cringe of childhood. I agree, Captain. Ween is bangin'. I love Ween. I actually got to see Gene Ween performing with Primus. I disagree. Confucius is not based. Confucius is cringe. Yes, Gachimuchi Music, Mac. Empirical Mindset is one with your eyes closed. I've not played Fallout 4, but I've been considering playing the first Fallout because it looks interesting. I like FMVs, like full motion video games. Advice on dream interpretation. Pay attention to symbols that repeat in your own dreams. Those are very important. Why YouTubers react to internet videos. It's an easy way to make content. Do you want me to make reaction videos, guys? Haha. How to read. Yeah, I think that how to read will be fun. Because I don't read like other people that I know. I read in my own way. Am I a preacher? Maybe to some people, I guess. MLK was a Christian minister. He knew what he was doing. I agree, JNS. I think it's really unfortunate that, and Malcolm X being, Muslim, practicing Islam, there can be no civil rights movements without religion. That's why it's so aggressive now. It's like, they've lost all the not that civil disobedience is the only way, but just that I really think that religion is a necessity. I might talk about them in the future. Not a member of G33 World of Good and Race. I do believe in psyops, Blackbird. I'm not denying the existence of psyops. Is it bad to be reactionary? I'm not. I can't say. Stretching for a moment. Farming is good. Farming is good. I will make a video on intuition. I was doing kind of basic Jungian concepts for a bit. I don't know what experience machine is, Dr. Zoidberg. What kind of religion? I would say that the closest thing that I subscribe to is Thelema. Excuse me. What book should I buy next? I would buy... I'll just give you a crazy one. The next book you should buy, Luke Dyer, is Behold, a Pale Horse by Bill Cooper. Read a conspiracy book and see what you think about it. Aren't you kind of doing reaction videos? That's an interesting way of looking at it. Euclid? I don't really think so. Because I'm not reacting, it is analyzing. Fix your fucking stream, thus says bring back thrash metal. Yeah, I'm sorry that the stream is all messed up, guys. It's not my fault. I don't know what to do. If you could sit down and have a conversation with anyone in history, who would you choose? That's a great question. I might choose Nietzsche, probably. Beyond Nietzsche, I would choose Alexander or Napoleon. Sorry, fellas. Sorry that the stream is not working. I agree, Theodore, but we still need people to have metaphysics. There must be a... I'm going to go soon. I'm going to go soon. But I've had a wonderful time talking with everybody. Due to your anti-late-stage capitalism stance, will a post-capitalist society be akin to Marxist acceleration? I don't think I'm anti-late-stage capitalism. I think that we are in late-stage capitalism. I just don't think that we're going to head toward a Marxist revolution. I've not watched Evangelion Spore. I don't know. Go to bed. Sleep well, though. And record your dreams. Is everything possible if you believe and work hard enough? Yeah, I would say so. I think that most things are within reach for humans. My sense of economics, libidinal economy. I'm not much of an economic thinker. I make money on stocks and stuff. Like, I'm not like a devout Marxist or something. No, ER. I am an ENFJ. You skipped over my question while loading. Headcrab, send it again. I can't find it, but do send it. I will answer it. I have not watched... Awesome, Nicholas. I wish everybody could, man. That's what my girlfriend does. She's been painting. We go upstate. We paint. I write. Hi, Bleach Jazz. I like your username. But no, I don't think that modern jazz and classical music are hyper-intellectual by any means. I think that music is for everybody in general. But Pohatsu, do you not agree that most atheists tend towards scientism? I find very few that actually engage in any kind of Nietzschean or philosophical dealings beyond science. It's very easy. Also, is your username a real hand? I'd probably start... You know, there's a material called thermoplastic, and it needs to go into hot water. I'd probably just mold thermoplastics by hand, and have it be like really effectively. But then the hands might get stuck. But probably use it for art in general. What's up? Hello. I'm about to go. But I will do these more frequently. Oregon is good. The Stranger is fun. Yeah, Jordan Smith, I think that we're as likely now as ever to have a second Renaissance. Hopefully I will help bring it about. I think that would be beautiful. I would like to do such a thing. Yeah, Behold the Pale Horse is really a classic of conspiracism. I think you'll really enjoy it, Luke. Let me know what you think. Philosophical suicide. Good for the Romans. Good for the Christians. No fun anymore to me. Alright, I think it's been good. I think we've had a pretty fun time. I tried. Do you believe technology? No, I don't think it will destroy us. Like in Dune, the Butlerian Jihad. We will win in the battle against... latest medieval music. I love medieval music, so it's good. Essence of Milk. He's gonna go to bed. If we could make cars that run on water, doesn't that make capitalism counterproductive? Yeah, capitalism does not want to get a better society, man. That was never the aim. Thank you, Jordan. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Alright. How does one become a messiah? Give yourself to the angels. Give yourself to God. Alright, fellas. I'm just kidding. You can't actually give yourself over. They pick you. Alright, fellas, it's been good. Sorry for the chaos in the beginning. If you're listening to this now, you probably already quit. Maybe I'll edit it down, actually. I've had a wonderful time. Be well, everybody. Remember, memes matter. If you will, make a video. Make a video for the contest. I want to see everybody do a meme analysis. It'll be awesome. Lots of fun. I've had a great time with you all. Be safe and careful. All right. Bye-bye.